Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you with the Monday Night Raw review for March 3rd, 2014. I cannot believe it that we're already on the countdown to Mania. It's right up around the corner. You better get your shit in gear because it's going to be here before you know it. We're going to be jumping on those Aero jet planes and we're going to be flying out to New Orleans. We're going to be eating Popeye's chicken. We're going to be feasting on IHOP, getting no sleep, and we're going to be having a blast. Can you believe it? I mean, like, these editions of Monday Night Raw were freaking awesome. Yeah, there were some parts in this show that, weren't the best, but honestly, when you get down to these main core angles that were going down, Raw tonight did not kill me to watch, and it was 3 hours long. When it comes down to it, those people in Chicago, they did what they came to do. Those people went there, they paid their money, they thought they deserved to see their hometown hero. CM Punk did not show up to Raw tonight, and basically, I don't know, those the fans didn't seem horribly upset when the show was over. I didn't watch the Raw post-game wrap-up. I was thinking maybe if you went on there, you actually got to see the fans because they do the show inside the arena. You get to see them as they're leaving. You get to see their true reactions, if they're still chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, or if the Triple H, Daniel, Bryan, Batista, Randy Orton stuff at the end of the show is enough to get them through. I think that the Chicago fans were loud, they were heard, but they didn't ruin the show. There was a lot of negative press for these guys. I think they know that the card and the Twitter account and stuff, it might be just a little bit too much. When you hijack the show and it's spontaneous, it's special. But when you set out a week ahead of time to ruin a WWE show because you want the mid-carders to get pushed, you want certain guys to get in the main event for the biggest show of the year, then basically it's not going to work. I don't know. There's a lot of people in the world that think that you guys were just out to ruin the show. Then that was basically all you guys were looking to do. Show opened with the CM Punk music, even though he didn't come out. Basically, Paul Heyman came out after the music played for a long, long time, and there was a lot of people in that Chicago crowd that really fell for it, and they got the camera on a lot of people who were really into it, like, wow, he's really here, but there was one guy that just wasn't having it. He had his sign up, and then he put it down, and he just shook his head like, I'm not falling for it, And then about a few seconds after that, Heyman came walking out, strutting down like the penguin he is, all the way down to the ring, and once he got down there, basically just ran down the people of Chicago, got all that heel heat on him. Then we can wrap it into Brock Lesnar. This Brock Lesnar thing, he delivered a promo to The Undertaker, and somehow Mark Henry decided he didn't get enough. I know the announced SmackDown is going to be the return of the Big Show, and, Lesnar kicked both of these guys' asses. Why Henry's waited till now to come out and get himself some more, I have no clue. But to start the show off, Mark Henry took an F5 through the table, and we were basically moving in the right direction. Second match of the night was the title change of the Tag Team Championship. Honestly, I thought the Usos would win the tag titles from the Outlaws somewhere down the road. I thought they would make it special, whether if it was on a pay-per-view or something like that. But this title change, to me, honestly, didn't really come off a good match. It just sort of seemed like they changed the titles to change the titles. That with them doing that, it would sort of just be like, hey fans, you saw a title change. That's supposed to be special. Now just shut the fuck up. I mean, that's basically, all they were really telling those guys out there. So, big up to the Usos, and congratulations on winning the title. A year from now, 2 years from now, barely anybody's going to remember that you did it, though. Hopefully you guys have a good long little run to where you guys can put together a good career based off of this. Cesaro faced Big E in a rematch from last week. This match ended the same way as last week's. Jack Swagger and Zeb were not at ringside for the start of this match, but just out of the middle of nowhere. Swagger came running down, jumped in the ring. It seemed like he wanted payback from the Elimination Chamber when he thought that he should have won the Intercontinental title. Cesaro and Swagger had words. Nothing yet physical, but it looks like we're going to be getting a Cesaro versus Swagger match at WrestleMania. Hell yeah. From there we go to the match of the night, The Shield versus the Wyatts. Honestly, I think this match was almost as good as the first encounter, with it being a WWE Raw match with commercials and time limits and this, that, and the other. Well, I guess there's time limits on pay-per-view, but they're not, stacked as thick. Basically, the Shield, we saw a lot of dissension in this. We got to see Seth Rollins basically just upset, and he just watched the match from the top of the ramp. He didn't even want to get in there and fight with his brothers. And basically, Seth Rollins, he just, I don't know what he was. I mean, he was the ultimate, in the middle. The Shield were playing the good guys. But they didn't really look like they were getting along at all. You definitely got to see Rollins got in the face of Roman Reigns. Rollins started off the match really, really well. I mean, like, so many people were jumping on the Roman Reigns bandwagon, and I was on there from the beginning. I'm starting to get with Seth. I mean, Seth started this match by just really, he didn't sell worth a damn, but just basically running the ring and jumping out, and running the ring and jumping out and doing dives on everybody to start this match. Roman was loving it. You could tell he was smiling his ass off in the corner. He was laughing. And, this was a fight. This was a brawl. It ended up being 3-on-2, which ended up being 3-on-1. And Dean Ambrose took the Sister Abigail right there in the middle of the ring. Always mark out for that so hard. That's one of the things that I really, really love about Bray Wyatt. But the Shield got another win. I apologize. I fucked up. I thought that sounded wrong when I said the Wyatts got another win over the Shield, making them the king of trios in the WWE. And definitely some dissension going on. I was saying today in a video that it seemed like they could go all the way until almost the last week before Mania before actually naming this match, but they got to get some hot water on this. They got to get this on there now. Let's have the breakup next week. Get that done. Of course, like I said, this was gonna have some shitty matches. Emma and Santino going up against Summer and Fandango. I'm just not digging Emma. She had an alright match on NXT. Nothing good, nothing really spectacular, but it was just a Divas match that was watchable. I mean, you first have to get me back into watching Divas matches before you actually have me saying they're good. Between Emma and Paige, and I don't know what the fuck Emma and Santino are doing out there. I know they're supposed to make me laugh. They don't make me laugh. I'm just not into it. Daniel Bryan came down to the ring, basically, played up on the hijacking Raw angle, basically said that they were all for them and sort of was taking credit for him. When they did the CM Punk chin at him, he really, really just sort of laughed at it. He just, I don't know. If I was Vince, if I was Triple H, I might be having a private conversation with Bryan about, like, hey, they were chanting for the guy who wasn't there. Let's just move along. Basically, he basically said that he wanted the match with Triple H that he asked for, and basically the fans needed to cheer and chant along. Daniel Bryan stood there in the ring as Triple H and Stephanie made their way down to the ring, and they exchanged words. And basically, Triple H said that he wasn't going to have the match, that Daniel Bryan wasn't worth the time of lacing up his boots to get into the ring. But you just really wanted to see Daniel Bryan hit the ropes and just deliver that big knee all the way into Triple H's big old schnoz and knock his ass out. And Stephanie asked for Kane to come out. Kane came down. He toed out of the ring, knocked Kane over. Security came down, pushed him all the way to the top of the thing, only for him to come out later in the show for his match, which didn't really make sense. Ziggler fought against Alberto Del Rio. Jesse Pinkman was there, a.k.a. Aaron Paul. Basically, I wanted Del Rio to just beat Ziggler, and I wanted him to take off in fucking the car. I thought that would have been badass to sort of kick back Del Rio as the heel, bringing out the cards every week, and he'd be able to say that he stole Aaron Paul's car. And I know it's Mania, but, what else are these guys to do? Del Rio versus Ziggler for the car at Mania. Maybe you can bring back Aaron Paul for another appearance at WrestleMania. It's a big-time deal. He's a pretty big celebrity. Well, he's a pretty, minor league celebrity. Because, they're not really going to be calling Brad Pitt or, Matthew McConaughey or something like that, trying to get them to show up to Raw. Aaron Paul is a good level of celebrity that they could get back to come to WrestleMania. Ziggler can beat Del Rio, give him the keys to his car back, and Need for Speed get some more plugs. Everybody wins. Basically, it all came down to the big match at the end. Batista versus Daniel Bryan. Batista's actually wrestling, and he's actually wrestling a lot more than I thought he was going to be. I thought he was going to be the Monday Night Raw sort of promo guy where I'll come out on Raw, I'll give you some promos, but I'm not going to wrestle for free. You're going to give me a shitload of money, basically the deal that Rock and Brock got. If you need me to do like an angle, well, I'll powerbomb somebody, but I'm not going to put the tights on and wrestle and all that. But Batista's doing it. I got to take my hat off to him. He's doing a whole lot more than I thought he was going to be doing. And basically, they had a match, and it was good. It was back and forth. It was a lot better than their 2010 NXT Challenge match where Batista fought Daniel Bryan. And, basically coming off the angle that they did earlier in the show, Triple H, Stephanie, and freaking Kane make their way back down to the ring. Somehow we're in the fight. Batista picked up Daniel Bryan, threw him into Randy Orton, who was sitting at the commentator's table, who, if I remember right, I don't even think he put the headphones on and started talking or anything like that. I think he was just sitting there watching the match. But he picked his spot. Randy Orton slid into the ring. He attacked Daniel Bryan to try and get a shot in on Batista, but he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Bryan got up, delivered the flying knee right into Randy Orton. He didn't have enough room to hit the flying knee on Batista, so he just hit him in the corner. And then he dove into Kane. Kane was able to knock over Triple H with domino effect. And then, the brawl was on. We saw the Batista bomb from Batista on Daniel Bryan, laying him out in the middle of the ring. Only for Triple H. Triple H got kicked in the head. A lot of shit was going down. I mean, it's on YouTube. Go check this out. Triple H got kicked in the head. Looked like there was a comeback. That's what led to the Batista bomb. And then basically Triple H came up, scooped up the garbage, and delivered a pedigree on Daniel Bryan. I want to see this match, and I want to see this match now. This is going to be good. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. My favorite guy going right now against one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Sorry, Hogan. It's coming out. I don't know. It's you and him. You guys can duke it out at WrestleMania in front of me, and then we'll have the supremacy of who my favorite wrestler of all time is. But this was an awesome edition of Monday Night Raw. John Cena and Bray Wyatt were on there. Swagger and Cesaro had another match. No. Swagger and Big E had another match. Lots of good shit on here. Make sure you guys check out Monday Night Raw. It's not on the network. It looks like they're going to make us wait a little while. Get a subscription to Hulu, and you can buy yourself some time. Peace out.